Hi, my name is Hallie and I am our outreach coordinator at the Dragonfly home, and I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself for everybody.
Hi, my name is Ryan and I'm one of the volunteers at Dragonfly Home.
So Ryan is one of our volunteers on community outreach team, and we have been doing so much with community outreach and reaching so many people. So we've been super excited with all the developments that we've had, but I would love to know, getting into community outreach and getting involved with Dragonfly, what made you get involved?
Getting involved in Dragonfly was a little bit of a process, so I did have a passion for helping people and found out that I could help others that are experiencing human trafficking locally. I had been involved with a more regional national organization volunteer group that helps victims of human trafficking as part of their outreach, and saw a billboard one day for Dragonfly Home and was excited that there's a way that I could be involved locally and further my involvement with helping those that are experiencing human trafficking.
So I would love to know, since you've been volunteering with us at Dragonfly and you've done quite a few different things with us, has there been anything that stood out to you that you've done or anything that you've learned that maybe you didn't know before?
So what stands out to me about volunteering is how well put together all the volunteer groups are, how well organized it has been so far. I've been involved in different volunteer organizations, and there's a different level of degree of organization and planning that they put together, and have always felt like my time spent volunteering with Dragonfly has been worth it. It's been effective. I've learned part of my volunteer activities involves working with the outreach team, so it has helped me develop a little bit better speaking skills, presentation skills. Another activity that we'll do is set up booths at different events in the community, and we'll also help explain some of the local services that Dragonfly Home provides. So in learning how to present and explain all that information, I've learned a lot more about Dragonfly Home, learned a lot more about how to care for victims, how to identify, and just a lot in general about human trafficking prevention, just by the little bit of involvement that I've been able to have so far.
That's awesome. That makes us so happy. I know that we're always wanting our volunteers to feel like we're really showing how we feel about them, which is we are so appreciative. We always say nobody can do this work alone. No one organization can do this work alone, but especially without volunteers. So our volunteers, especially coming in, and especially being a man coming into this space, I think that that is something to also talk about being important. I think when we're talking about outreach and prevention with trafficking, and if we're wanting to reach people, to really educate them on what trafficking is here in our community, people want to hear from people that look like them or sound like them or have similar life experiences. And so I think too, when we're talking about, reaching out to teen youth boys, young men in our community, you would also be a great person to be able to communicate with them in a way that maybe I couldn't also. So I would like to know if there's anybody that's maybe they've learned about Dragonfly or they're kind of on the fence about volunteering or supporting. What is something that you would say to them?
I would say go ahead and reach out. You commit as much time as you can or want to. So if you have the time, you can work hours and hours. If you have a busy schedule, that there's different departments within Dragonfly Home that you can be involved in, and they'll work around your schedule. So if time or schedule is something that is a consideration that is holding you back, please don't let that hold you back. Also, one reason why you may be on the fence about it is just the difficulty of the subject. And so they approach it in a manner that is respectful of the volunteers, respectful of the caregivers, and of course respectful of the victims. And it's really well, all the volunteer opportunities I felt have been really well put together, and again, really well organized in that I didn't think I was wasting my time because as we put in time towards the volunteer, it's also understandable that's taking time away from different parts of your life. And so I do want to stress that the time that I have spent within the volunteer opportunities, the times that I've helped with learning presentations and other things like that, I think has been worth it.
That is what we're looking for at Dragonfly. We want our volunteers to feel supported, and that helps us feel like we're going in the right direction for sure. I think that is a huge part of what we want our volunteers to feel, is that they also gain something. We want people to feel like, you know, whatever skill sets they have, whatever time that they have, whatever talents they can bring to the table, you know, we're here to work with people. We're here to figure out what can you do to be involved. We want people involved. So we definitely are not wanting to make our volunteer process something that takes up too much time from people, because we want people from all over to be able to join our volunteers and join our outreach, and just help that message get out further. If you could say anything to a survivor of trafficking, what would you tell them?
I would tell them, first of all, love themselves, and would understand that whatever situation that they're currently in or have gone through is can sometimes feel shameful, hurtful, and I think everyone would agree that it somehow affects almost every part of your life from then on, but that there are people out there that want to support you, that believe in you, and want to love you and help you recover in whatever way that looks like for you. And please reach out to Dragonfly Home, because if there's anything that maybe they aren't the best at doing, they definitely know a way to find people that are.
For sure. We always like to tell people if they need something, we find a way to make it happen. That's why we have so many partners and so many organizations we work with, and so many volunteers who help us do that. So if there are anybody who is wanting to volunteer or reach out, we have all kinds of opportunities to get involved. All kinds of skill sets and talents can be utilized. This is really a fight where everybody gets involved and everybody has something to contribute. So if you are wanting to get involved, please reach out. We would love to get you hooked up into our volunteer team. And thank you so much, Ryan, for everything today.
Yeah, of course.